Hey, we're back on day 3, which is day 1 of the finals. Joe Big House Kenn and Coach Chad Coy. And wow, Rayno Nel on fire. 3 events wins. That'll put you in the lead, won't it?
That'll take care of business.
Mitch Hooper, consistent as ever. 2 seconds and a joint second, sits 2.5 points behind. Eddie Williams, not really a surprise, but sitting solid in 3rd. Lost some points on the final Titans toss.
He put in so much work in his deadlift in the offseason. That was awesome to pull that.
Yeah, 3+1.
Yeah, that was great. He did a great job.
And then Matt Rag and Pavlo caught up to him. He lost some points in the Titan toss, Pavlo and Matt. So those guys now are fighting for the podium at 24, 21.5, and 20 points. From 4th to 8th, separated by 5 points. Little bit of the static monsters tomorrow with the press. Some guys can jump ahead. Then it all comes down to stones, and that's just a matter of heart, who wants to finish strong after the 10th event in 4 days. But again, Rayno Nel, the reigning champ, I don't think he wants to lose his title, Chad.
No, I think when he got sick and they had to set out the Arnolds,
might have been the best thing for him.
I really think that was the best thing for him. So then he focused on it. He wasn't beat up. Didn't have to take a deload and a contest and some time off and a reload. So he's coming in hot. And you know what? I'll tell you what. That professional rugby, when you watch him finish that connect toss and then sprint to the yoke, that's the first time I think I've ever seen Mitchell Hooper get beaten and moving it in. And I think it really kind of sent a message to him.
Well, I also think too, Mitch is such a confident in his yoke that if you go back and watch it, I'm not going to say he was taking his time, but it didn't look like the sense of urgency needed from the transition to the flip to the run, because it was so close in time that if he would have been a little bit more urgent, he probably wins that first event.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, but Rayno's like, you know what, I'm letting it all hang out. He's playing with house money right now. He's got to bring it when he can and take the points from Hooper when he can, because he knows tomorrow is going to be a little bit log for sure. He's going to need some help. But then the stones, he's a great stone loader. So, right now he's built up one heck of a lead. I'm sorry. I think Hooper can definitely overcome it, but
let's talk about
2.5 points back.
883 pounds or 400 kilograms, and that first. Rayno Nel pulled 5 reps, Chad. Is that the record or tied to the record? What is the official record?
I'm pretty sure that tied the record with JF Carone. I think JF pulled 5.
Constantine Janasha.
And Constantine Janasha. Now, Janasha I did it with the suit. JF did not do it with the suit. And then obviously did it with the suit today. But he stopped at 5. I think he had a couple more in him.
Well, he didn't need to.
Yeah.
Because Mitch went 4 and then went to +1 to get as many points as he could. But those first 4 were ridiculously fast.
They were,
There was non-hesitation. And again, I believe Trey Mitchell was the only athlete not to use a suit, and that's typical Trey. He doesn't feel comfortable in it, and he still had a solid run. Hey, we're back for part 2. You know why? What I like to call a donkey move. Didn't charge the mics, and the mics cut off with about 2 minutes left. But that's all right, because now you can get a little bit more of us. We are back at the Airbnb. Hey, and Nick Best is over here in the background as we're editing all over the place. No big deal. But we're going to take off where we left off, and we were talking about this year. I was unaware of this. I wasn't in the rules meeting, but I noticed right away after, I believe it was the second group, that athletes, after they made their attempts with the 883, they went to the lighter load, which was right under 800, to get tiebreaker reps.
Correct.
And I've never seen that before. I kind of like it because that helps not have multiple people with joint ties. So there was several, like with Trey and Matt Rag got 3 reps, and then Eddie Williams got 3+1. Now he pumps up. So I actually like that.
Actually, Matt Rag got 4 reps.
Oh, excuse me, 4 reps. But that's where I actually like that, because we don't want to have joint reps. I don't think you can do split times with a deadlift. That's just not fair, because some of those guys took a little bit longer in their setup, especially if you're wearing a suit. You don't want to rush and don't have to want to wait for the referee signal to start. Holding yourself in that start position with a tight deadlift suit. So I personally do like that. Something I'll keep my eyes open down the down the path of the future if people are going to do deadlift for reps at a really heavy load, which 880 is a monster load.
That's a monster.
Hey, here's your light load. Go back and do some Trump reps, and it paid off for several athletes.
And I trained up hitting 3, missing the 4th rep. We didn't know about that. That's my fault. I take 100% responsibility for that. That's what a coach should do. Don't make excuses. Just and be right.
Yeah, so we wanted to run that back. We only lost about a minute and a half, so let's finalize the scoring. Hey, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We'll see if Rayno Nel's log is approved. We know Mitch is a great overhead presser. Mitch is 2.5 points behind, but those two athletes, unless something catastrophic happens, you're looking at first and second and first, Rayno Nel and Mitch Hooper. Between them, Mitch has a 12.5 point lead over third place Eddie Williams. Rayno obviously 15 points. So they're doing what they were supposed to do. If you would have talked about anybody coming in, obviously we would have talked about Tom Stoltman, Evan Singleton, but those two have the athleticism, the strength to be perfect almost at an event like World's Strongest Man.
Honestly, Rayno's had a perfect day. He's 3 first places. He was phenomenal. He was flying on the carry. The deadlifts 5 reps. 4 very fast. Finished the last one. Doesn't need to do anymore. His bags were looking awesome. He was just on the money. I'll tell you what, that guy's on fire. And we talked. He thinks he's good for about a 440 log. So that's going to put him in the hunt. Mitchell Hooper. It's going to be a big race for the big numbers at the top. So Mitchell Hooper and Andre Foitu, Trey. I'm not sure. I think Pavel he is a great split jerk. Can he punch?
A log.
Can he punch a 210 kilo log over his head? That's to be seen. I think it's gonna be a great fun battle tomorrow for the win of the log, and then we'll go into stones. But like Coach said, it's gonna come down. Rayno and Mitch are probably gonna come down the stones, and whoever wins that stones is probably gonna take home the title. So it's gonna be I think it's gonna be very exciting. Been a lot of shakeups. I can't wait till tomorrow morning. We get knock that breakfast out, get down there, and see what big old log press.
And like we said, Eddie Williams right now holds down third with a 2.5 point lead over Matt Ragg and a 3.5 point lead 4 point lead over Pavlo Kordiaka. And those two made really good points up on Eddie. Eddie probably didn't have the type of bag session he wanted, but that's where multiple people threw 6 bags. And then it became a matter of who had the best times. Eddie's was not as fast as some of the others. So from that standpoint, he still he's still in the driver's seat. You always want to be ahead of everyone else, but that tightened up. Going into that event, it was a bigger gap. That definitely tightened up the podium. And then again, all the way going down to 8th place. From 4th to 8th is only a 5.5 point split. Anything can happen tomorrow. The podiums, there are podium positions up for grabs, first, second, first, and then it looks like somebody new is going to be third place unless Martins can make a big move tomorrow, and he is a very good stone, and he has a decent overhead.
Yeah.
So with that being said, again, shout out to Nick Guardione for showing he is well-deserved to be in the finals. He had an excellent end of the day. He thinks he's going to have another he PR'd the deadlift. And it looks like he's talking about PR on the log tomorrow also. So who knows? The people who are at 7, 8, and 9 can shake a lot of things up. But as it stands today, like I said earlier, wow, Rayno Nel. And then again, I don't know if you're Mitch Hooper. If you would have told Mitch I have 3 seconds, he probably would think he'd be in the lead.
100%. It's going to be exciting.
We're going to wrap it up tomorrow. We'll decide where we're going to do it. We may do it right on site from the warm-up area, or we might bring it back to the Airbnb, but we appreciate Airway for letting us use the booth after days 2 and 3, and we will see you all tomorrow, and we will crown a new World's Strongest Man. Peace.